Welcome, my friends, to this Juneteenth edition of More Bad News, brought to you as always by Camel Cigarettes. Take the Camel's Challenge, smoke Camels for 30 days to see for yourself what a difference Camels can make in your life. Some of you may have wondered why I need a commercial sponsor. Uh, when I was growing up, everyone had a commercial sponsor, and my show, going back 30 years, has always had a commercial sponsor. I walked into class, and I always began my class with a nod to my commercial sponsor. Um, at any rate, we live in a world that is now dominated by commercial sponsors. Our media is brought to us by Bezos, Musk, Zuckerberg. Our planet is fully incorporated, and most of it is private property. Even the internet, there is no more commons. So it's natural for me to have a commercial sponsor. I just chose the one that I thought was the most moral thing to sell. I mean, if we're going to sell something, might as well sell something that people can really enjoy, like camels. Well, my friends, it's been another week of very bad news. But before I begin, I should mention that last week we celebrated Juneteenth, which is a new federal holiday marking the end of chattel slavery in the United States. How are we supposed to celebrate the end of slavery with a Republican Party that has gone from Abraham Lincoln to Donald Trump, with a Republican Party that celebrates white supremacy and embraces Nazis, with a Black Supreme Court justice who is beholden to a billionaire enamored of Nazi memorabilia? And don't get me started with Martha Ann. The past week, we heard Martha Ann Alito saying, "Look at me, I'm German. I'm from Germany. My heritage is German. You come after me and I'm going to come back at you. The German style." She kept repeating that. So if you're going to fly a pride flag all month, she certainly has the right to fly a swastika. I guess she's comfortable with the tiki torch crowd. So happy Juneteenth. At least back then, Black people had a future. Good luck with reparations. So nuclear arms race. You don't hear much about it. But last week there was a number of interesting little tidbits in the news. The Economist reported that Britain is spending an unusually large amount of hard-earned cash to upgrade their nuclear arsenal. The Washington Post reported, and other outlets as well, that Iran was pushing its production of plutonium-grade, weapons-grade plutonium into high gear. So the Iranians they're all in, and they want nukes. And according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, a majority of Iranians favor the development of nuclear weapons. There's no surprise there. The Pakistanis were overjoyed when they became a nuclear power. People don't think much about Pakistan and India, but they have been enemies, and they faced off against each other 4 times: 1947, 65, 71, and 1999. And the last time they fought each other, they were both nuclear armed powers. And what is new now is that the Russians are building a nuclear arsenal not for defense, but for first strike capabilities. According to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, over the past 5 years, there has been a notable uptick in the trend in the amount of money devoted to the development of nuclear weapons. On the pandemic front, those in the know are becoming increasingly worried about bird flu. Cats, dogs, cows are all coming down with the bird flu. And people who follow these things are seriously worried about a 1918 style pandemic. It is estimated that in 1918, 100 million people died from the pandemic. And if something like that happened today, the first thing that we could expect would be states passing anti-masking laws. I've noticed that whenever I post something on COVID on my Facebook page, I get no response, no comments, no likes, no nothing. All COVID-related posts are totally ignored. And in my daily comings and goings, no one seems to want to talk about COVID. People don't even like admitting that they have it. Instead, they had a bad cold, a virus, they were sick, but you don't name what it is. And I find that people who have been getting COVID over and over again, and they look like they're aging, gaining weight, their memory is flawed, um, and I mean, just uh, no attempt to prevent the next infection. In general, the majority of humans on this planet want to ignore the coming collapse of the environment that will bring mass starvation and chaos. Our future is not just dark, it's terrifying. Think about the 36 million children under the age of 5 who are suffering from acute malnutrition. And then think about all the people around those 36 million children, their parents, neighbors, what is their life like? Think about Haiti, where gangs rule, or Gaza, where death rules. Our future is not just dark, it's absolutely terrifying. In an NPR report on Trump supporters, it was surprising to find that most of them simply want things to be normal again, to go back to the way it was, because the world is so insecure. They're hoping that Trump, the strong man, can return us to some kind of security. They're insecure and they're voting for a world that no longer exists, a world where a man can take a shower without a regulator to save water. They don't want electric cars. They want gas cars and plenty of gasoline. In the meantime, Joe Biden has presided over a vast expansion of both US oil production and our nuclear arms production. The United States has become the global leading producer of oil and military arms. This makes the US the most dangerous nation on the planet. We are our own worst enemy. Well, my friends, I think that'll have to do it for this week. I'm fairly confident that we have another week. I'm getting more and more confident that we've got another few weeks left. And what you want to do is make sure that you're taking care of yourself and do whatever you can. I mean, help your neighbor. And I'll see you next week with definitely with more bad news.